Hi, Prairie Ann here. You probably know me from that hit talk show, The Women of Sweet Spine County, but I'm not here to talk about me today. My fellow celebrities and I have discovered some incredible counties and towns in our neighboring communities that you're sure to want to learn about. Let's take a look.
Located in Freeport, Illinois in Stephenson County, you'll find Machine Quilting by Julie. In 2002, Julie Hokrafer, a business mom of 2 young boys, wanted to be home for them when they came home from school. Julie started working 3 part-time jobs at their schools, but after the school cut 2 of her jobs, she needed to look for another source of income. Julie's cousin in Minnesota suggested she buy a long arm and quilt other people's quilts. She owned a quilt shop and a long arm was very busy. Julie liked the idea, so she decided to take a trip with her mother to see her shop. But she needed to bring along a quilt top to quilt, but there was a problem. Julie had never put together a quilt. So she pieced together 6-inch squares on her serger. Julie had grown up sewing clothes and had won many awards for her clothing construction, so it shouldn't be that hard. Arriving at her cousin's shop, she was to compare a $500 plastic frame that Home Machine set into and a long arm. And there was no comparison. It was like comparing a Pinto to a Cadillac. Julie wanted a long arm, but they cost more than she had ever paid for a car. So Julie turned it over to the Lord. If he opened the doors for her, she would go through them. Within a few weeks, the doors had opened. Julie had her long arm machine. Her mom announced that she was praying for 20 quilts to quilt. Once that happened, I could quit my last part-time job. And within a month, her prayers were answered. But Julie needed more quilters around her, so she started a class at church. Let's get the church ladies involved. I had 12 ladies join, of which 8 of us are still together, Julie said with a smile. We go to quilt retreats, shows, and classes whenever we can, and we still meet 2 days a month to work on our projects. Every year since 2002, Julie has been able to quilt over 200 quilts per year. She has customers from all over the USA, including Alaska and Hawaii, even Canada and Germany. She has also quilted several quilts for a pattern designer that was then published in a major quilting magazine. Many of her quilts have been entered into local fairs and quilt shows and have won many ribbons and prizes. The majority of Julie's work is quilting the quilt top that her customers have made. When the quilts are finished, she trims them and if needed, puts on the binding and will hand finish them if requested. Julie also makes quilts from scratch, from purchasing the fabric all the way to hand finishing the binding, and she has made many t-shirts, memory quilts, including a Notre Dame quilt, which included baby onesies to an extra large sweatshirt. Another was making 4 lap-sized quilts for siblings after their father had passed away. He had plaid shorts that she split into 4 sections and included in each of their memory quilts of their dad. Julie also does a lot of custom work, working with the design of the quilt, or an all-over pentagram pattern if the quilt calls for this. Her work is very affordable with a quick turnaround. Don't pay for the over-the-top art quilter when making a quilt that will be loved and used. She also has many quilts and pillows for sale, lots of baby lap size with a very cuddly backing. Plus there are several larger ones available too. Inventory varies. Can't stop at her shop? Visit her on the web or check her out on Facebook. Julie invites you to let her help you finish your next quilting project. Machine Quilting by Julie, Freeport, Illinois.